So, keeping these learnings of the industry that you have, and you have a good amount of experience with you also today, and the course that you've done, what are the key takeaways, the one or two key highlights from the course which really struck with you? I know the product building part, but, from the actual learning phase, not the building phase, but the learning phase, what are the sort of the key elements that you would take with you, back to something which has really struck hard with you inside?
Uh, so every class was very informative for us, but I think the key takeaways is that the advancement of the changes in technology that we should be aware of, right? It's not just generative AI, but there are many other technologies that have changed in the last 5 years, and things are changing. And product manager is expected to know about these things, because now times companies have product manager because companies don't know about those technologies. So they expect the PM to know about it so that he can guide the team, right? For example, when I talked about generative AI, still there are many companies who wants to adopt this technology. So they would like to hire a person who can guide the development team or guide prompt, help team create multiple prompts and other things. So this is one aspect which we should be aware of. Second, we also experience that the AI itself should be there is a missing element of empathy in AI, although people are building about it, but this is where human comes into play. So we have taken lectures where I remember a lecture where it was a smart car which used to tell the user on which place to take, which highways to take, and in that process the smart car in order to convince the customer, it used to tell them that this highway has got a statistics of 90% accidents. So this is where the human part comes into play, because it understands what needs to be told to the user to guide the AI, right? The AI will not understand. So it has to be a mix of both technology and human, and this is where the role of a PM comes into play.
So sort of the next level of HCI.
Human, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sort of the next stage of that, right? Yeah.
Yes. And it will evolve. With time, it will evolve even further, because machines are getting smarter, right? And companies are looking to be more empathetic towards their consumers because of competition and other things. So it is going to evolve, and we have to adapt with it. We cannot, for example, for nowadays, AI is something that a company cannot ignore. Even if they are completely out of a different industry, it will penetrate in every industry. Because if you will not do it, your competitor will do it. And then certainly you will have to do it sooner or later.
Fantastic.
So that's
Great.
how. So
Great
this
point.
is what is expected.
So sort of just to conclude, right, and sort of my last question, in very simple bullet points, right, what are the 2 or 3 things that as an advice that you would give professionals who are looking into, stepping into the world of AI, right? And I would say more from a perspective of product leadership. Like you gave this beautiful example that, there are a lot of companies out there who have tech teams or whatever teams, etc. Like there was one company that I just met. I went there for some other work, and the founders and me were chatting. And they said, our marketing team is trying to use the latest technologies. We're trying to implement ERP, etc., in the sales supply chain, etc. We're trying to digitize, basically. But with AI, we are so confused because every agency we go to, they say, do this, this. But there's no end to it. So what is it that we should actually do, right? So similarly like this, what would be your 2, 3 key bullet points to professionals out there who are wanting to step into the world of AI leadership, right?
Number one point would be to be aware of the latest trends which are going on, right? If you need not to be an expert in those fields, but you should know what is coming up in the industry and how is it going to impact the industry, in the coming days. Number two, have a basic experience of building something, which we have already learned here, because that it's not just building something, it also helps you the resources that are available readily for you instead of paying it for it to build something on your own, right? Third would be, since we have seen a lot of trends and industries which are there, so the evolution of new things, new patterns, and new expectations from a PM. So the PM is no more expected to be just skilled with PRD or UAT or other things. These are something that are very basic now. Every PM will have it, right? You have to be on the other edge where you understand new things and new technologies as well. Those are 3-4 key takeaways that I can share.
Fantastic, thank you. And last question, why would you recommend the Pragmatic Leaders AI Leadership course? Would love to hear from you.
Yeah, so first of all, it's very simple to understand, right? It's not a complex kind of a course where, and there are people who are, they have a perception in their mind that you should know some sort of technology before moving into a PM course. It's no more like that. Technology is also got very simple that anyone can use it easily. It is readily available. The models and other things are readily available now. So it is very easy to understand in this course. Second, it gives us the idea of what are things that we can use in terms to leverage technology. The idea we get it from here. And third is that is the most important, the hands-on experience that you cannot get from books or from any course. You have to, you should do it your own self to understand it. Experience is most important in terms of what you're just learning. So these things helps us a lot. And it's not a very time-taking course or something that you have to, involves hours and hours for learning. It's not at all like that. It's very interactive. You get to learn from it helps you build your thinking process. And since it is very interactive, the entire class interacts. You get to know multiple opinions and multiple dimensions of same point, which helps further in your strategic thinking. Because, the PM should be able to look from all dimensions and not just from one dimension. That is very important.
Fantastic.
So that's how it
points,
is.
Shantanu. I totally, you summed it up pretty well in terms of, the way that this course has been built. So thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.